Hey guys, welcome to the Dinner Convo podcast. And today we have Sameerscane with us with another few amazing guest hosts and also one of your favorite hosts from the Evening Brew podcast. And today's episode is going to be a really interesting one. So stay tuned and check out Sameerscane, check out the Evening Brew podcast, check out Dinner Convo, and let's get started. So what's good, Sameer? How are you doing?
What's up, Salman? You guys look fantastic. I'm pretty excited for this thing because I've been looking at your content for a while now. It's amazing. Like the kind of guests you guys have reached out to and the kind of audience you guys are pulling off. It's amazing. And, it's super dope to finally be on here. Hoping to have a good session. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What basically I would like to say that I'd like to get started on the uncharted territory because I feel like the Dinner Convo does things differently, so we're not gonna go for the typical questions. We're gonna try to be a bit different and have fun. So is that gonna be a problem, Samir?
That sounds dope, man. Let's go. Anything. Anything.
All right. So, well, Samir, I feel like let's get this started from me, and then we can move on to the other guest hosts. Well, I mean, I would say that you are pretty famous. Do you consider yourself pretty famous, Samir?
Debatable. I think the best word to describe myself is relevant. And relevant has a lot of value. I'd say I'm trendy, I'm relevant, but am I famous? Am I popular? Am I influencer?
All
I
right.
don't like those
So,
labels.
yeah,
And yeah.
we basically get it. Yes, it's a yes. All right.
No,
So,
no, whoa. I'm relevant. That's what I want to
yeah,
say.
you're relevancy. Obviously, we don't want to
Yeah,
take it in a influencer term because that doesn't
yeah.
fall into the category you're doing.
Influencers
Um,
suck. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Not all of them, but yeah,
not all of
majority,
them.
Arki. But
Yeah.
the question that I am gonna get off is, well, I'm gonna be sharing an insider news that I get because I'm in Team Skin. Is that
Mm.
what are the plans that you have that you're gonna, what are the plans you have to do that তুমি যখন ঢাকায় আসবা, when you're gonna be in Dhaka? What do you plan on doing?
Yeah.
Like, would you share a few projects?
Really good question because I think everyone questions the fact that, I think people appreciate the fact that I'm abroad and making videos on where I'm really from and advocating for change in Bangladesh, but people question like, watch, this guy kind of ran off. I didn't run off, first of all. I moved here when I was 14, and that's something my parents, they made that decision for the betterment of my education. But as to what I can actually do, first of all, I would never run on my parents' money. I would do something which I can personally do. In terms of that, basically, I've always been restricted in terms of video making here because I can't get onto the field. And even if I was in Dhaka right now, I couldn't have done those things because I would adhere by the rules of the pandemic. But once the pandemic is gone, I'd be the first one on a flight to Dhaka. And trust me, there's some exciting things coming. I'd probably be into vlogs, although I don't see myself as a vlogger. I think, how I say that I've been kind of like my story has been inspired from seeing the realer parts of Dhaka City. I would want to
Yeah.
make vlogs on those realer parts of Dhaka City, and I would stumble across things and talk about those issues. Say, for example, maybe you guys have heard of it or you haven't heard of it. There's a place called Geneva Camp. Geneva Camp is basically where almost 100,000 migrants, Pakistani migrants who don't have an identity, who don't have a passport, they're all kind of ambushed into that area. Hundreds and thousands of people live in a size of area which is probably maximum a suburb at best. It's so small. And yeah, so those kinds of things, there's amazing things to be talked about, and they have their problems. I'd want to share their problems with the world and hopefully tackle these issues together and raise awareness. That's what I do. Yeah.
Well, following that, there's a fact. Would you like to know a fact?
Sure, Salman. Anything.
How you mentioned Geneva Camp? I live
Yeah.
nearby. I live in the cross section
Interesting.
of Shamuli and Mohammadpur. So most of the barbers around here, you might wonder, Jay, what are the occupations these immigrants might have? And they're mainly from Pakistan,
Yeah.
also known as Bihari. So these people are mainly barbers. I mean, I don't know if anyone of you know or not, but if you go into a local barber in Mohammadpur or Shamuli, you'll see a Pakistani guy speaking Urdu or
Yeah.
Hindi, and it's a very common thing, and it's very interesting. And yeah, only a local would know this, but yeah.
Now, barbers, butchers, chefs, everyone. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of Biharis. Yeah. No, but you can't even classify them as Pakistani. They don't have an identity. They've never been accepted by Pakistan or by Bangladesh. They don't have passports there. They're being done dirty by the entire world. Nobody has ever cared about them. And, still, I feel like our government is not doing enough to accept them and integrate them into our society.
Well, do you think Team Skane might take a stand on this soon, or this is yet to be covered?
Definitely, we're gonna move on that soon. I feel like there's a lot of content which I would want to keep and save, and I would want to cover that once I'm in Dhaka, because if I do that now, it wouldn't seem as nice just me talking about it from here than actually me being there, seeing those things, showing those things, and then talking about it, maybe in a vlog type format or something of the sort. But yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing which I'd want to save till I'm actually in Dhaka and I can go to those places and hopefully cover it to the best of my ability.
Moving on, like I think my other guest hosts might have a question. So Mehrab or Radin, do you have any question?
It's not a question, but hearing about your steps of how you're gonna do all your work, do you like consider yourself as Ananta Jalil of social work?
Whoa.
That's an interesting
What
question.
is that supposed to mean? It's very interesting. Ananta Jalil of social work. Ananta Jalil in what context?
Like more like being famous, doing a lot of stuff. Well, to what I feel like Ananta Jalil is doing is not. He is basically doing a few things which not every actor or social worker is doing.
Yeah.
Did you get my point?
Yeah, I get it now.
Like,
okay, yeah.
That's
So basically, yeah.
You can say.
Ananta Jalil of Bangladeshi content creation, in the sense that Bangladesh doesn't have a lot of content creators, and even if they are, making content, it doesn't even apply to Bangladesh. I mean, it applies to the entire world. We see a majority of content creators entering gaming. Everybody had a gaming YouTube channel when they were 7 or 8, or maybe when they were 12 or 13. Or you see a lot of people going into vlogging, they're trying to go big, but a niche, which is something I'm 100% for. It's something which I want to, kind of conquer and get better at and get it better at. There's a lack of competition. There's a lack of, which gives you opportunity. And I saw that. I'm like, I want to do this properly. Okay. So that is social awareness. Social awareness, we see a lot of posts, we see this and that. Even people even make videos. But in terms of, can you make that into good content? Can that, can that kind of content really thrive in the industry? Because there isn't much. I don't have any role models in terms of the industry who do kind of exactly what I do. Like, they're all different. For example, Nas Daily doesn't really do this. He covers lighter issues. I cover the most controversial issues, or at least I try to. And, there isn't anyone doing that. So I try and do that, but then get better at it and also make sure that it's not boring. So that it's where the art of content creation comes from. And in terms of being the Ananta Jalil of that, yeah, I am trying to do something different with this 100%. And if that means I'm the Ananta Jalil of whatever, sure, I'll take the label.
So, Samir, apart from what you're doing, tell me something about yourself. Like, most people want to know about what you're doing. Now, tell me something about you. What's up with you? What are you doing in your life, except for this?
I'm actually a very busy person. I think creating content takes a lot of time. I think people don't know this about me. I'm doing a double degree. I'm studying pre-law. And if there's something which people know, is that studying law is very, very difficult. It is a lot of work. So I'm doing a double degree. I am a little bit financially independent. I work 2 days a week. I work part-time. I'm a packer. I work 10-hour shifts. So I make a fair bit of money. So I kind of, all of my individual expenses, I try and take care of it myself. And then I make videos.
Does that include your studies? Does that include your studies?
No, because here we have student loans. So that also comes into play. But yeah, I try and cover all of my, my external and private expenditures and so and so. I'm doing that, and then I'm doing content creation on top. And plus, I'm learning driving, things like that. I'm doing a lot of things at once. But I'm all for young people doing and giving their 200%. Like, it's good to do this now than when I'm 40, 50 years old. I want to work my ass off now as an 18-year-old, then, so I can put my feet up and chill when I'm 50. I'm all about that, like, hustle. Yeah, so I want to
And you
hustle
can
now and
retire
I'll
in peace.
chill. Exactly, yeah. So I don't want to look back at this time and say that, I was an 18-year-old confused or not doing anything. I know that I'm doing a lot, and I want to continue matching this level of work ethic in the future.
Samir, I have another question.
Thinking of yours is that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you can continue. You can go on.
Mistake.
Okay. Samir, do you think you'll be regretting not spending your early years being fully blacked out and drunk?
Whoa, bro. Asha, first thing is I don't drink. I'm a fairly halal boy. Do I regret some of it? 100%. I think working this much means you don't get as much time to, party or get into a very extensive social life. But I think it depends if I'm aware of those things. I'm very much aware of those things. And if I'm a party person or not, I'm not the biggest party person. Like that life didn't choose me. I didn't choose that life. But do I enjoy socializing? Yes, very much. Do I get to do it as much because of this? No. But do I regret it? No. If I was making videos, yeah.
I personally feel like one of the most underrated thing is when people are into content creation, or when people are not, as Samir said, relevant, people might think that, you're getting attention here and there, and, you're going out all the time. And I think people forget 90% of the time your social media are basically highlights of your life. It isn't 100%. It is even 50%. They're highlights.
Yeah.
So if you see a person like who's going out and doing this, doing that, one thing that I'd say that I'd like, I'm very, very surprised and appreciate is that, every content creator out there, that includes you, Samir, that, taking time out of your day, taking time, out of your day to, do something and create something where you can, be partying, because on your later years, you cannot do this. So yeah, massive respect there.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I found what you said very accurate. Like, people put out their highlights on social media. Well, there's so much that's actually happening. So I think some people get insecure about those things. Personally, I'm getting more and more comfortable with that. I think the statement which really hits me is that I have things which a lot of people can't even dream of, and they have things that I can never imagine having in my life, and that's okay. See that part, and that's okay. That's something you have to kind of tell yourself when it comes to many of these things which can cause you insecurity or any of that. It's okay. Moving on, you have good things as well. Yeah.
What do you think will happen to Sameerscane when we run out of crisis? Which we probably will not, but what if that happens?
Listen now. Salman's dead energy forced me to come back and make this podcast interesting. Welcome back, guys, to Dinner Convo. I'll be making a short appearance, I swear to God. Acha. So we have Sameer Ahmed today, an amazing personality. So Sameer Ahmed, since you're part of this show, আপনাকে হইতে হবে, আপনি বলতেছে কেন? তোমাকে একটা খুব important segmenটের part হইতে হবে, show, which is a tradition. ঠিক আছে? Before I go on, I apologize for. In fact, I shouldn't apologize for this. You should be thankful for me having such an amazing background. I think the only thing more beautiful than this is heaven. Acha. Moving on, yes, you're right now. You will be taking part in what we call the Doodh Bhat round. Just a Bangla podcast. We'll be calling it the Doodh Bhat round. Acha. The Doodh Bhat round, you'll be asked questions. Yes, rapid fire questions, and we'll see how many you can answer. That's very, very simple. But the question is, বুঝতে পারছি তুমি অনেক হেট পাও, অনেক মানুষ অনেক ইয়ে করে, কিন্তু আমি এটা কনফিডেন্টলি বলতে পারি আমাদের দুধ ভাত রাউন্ডের প্রেশারের কাছে এগুলো কিছু না। দুধ ভাত রাউন্ডের প্রেশারটা হলো অনেক নেক্সট লেভেল প্রেশার। এই প্রেশারটা অনেকে নিতে পারে না, কিন্তু at the end of the day a lot of people do very good. আর আমি একটু এক্সাজারেট করে বলি, ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা, so Sameer Ahmed, are you ready? আমি একটু stop watching.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Salman Sheikh, take notes.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just kidding. Acha, Samir
No,
Ahmed,
no,
are you
no.
ready?
Beautiful. Yes.
Acha, Tara,
Let's go.
do you want me to ask the questions in English or Bangla?
English, preferably English,
Acha, then I'll ask them in
that I
Bangla.
can answer quickly.
In 3, 2, 1. তোমার নাম কি?
Samir,
কোন ক্লাসে পড়ো?
12. Uni, first year. Let's go.
সাবজেক্ট কি?
Pre-law.
তুমি কোন স্পোর্টস খেলো?
I'm shit at sports, but I enjoy playing badminton. I watch football all the time.
তোমার ফেভারিট ফুটবল টিম কি?
Tottenham Hotspurs.
টটনহাম হটস্পার বল বদল করে সববার, তাও তুমি ওদের সাপোর্ট করো?
Yes. Shara Jivan.
আমিও স্পার্স ফ্যান. Does that make us best friends?
Yes.
Who's your favorite Spurs player?
Shit. Heung-min Son, probably. Although I love all of them. They're like my kids. I love them equally. I don't have any kids. They're like my fingers. I love them.
Don't Heung-min Son or BTS? Heung-min Son or BTS?
Heung-min Son, yeah. Oh, they do love BTS, yes.
তুমি কোন কনসোলে গেম খেলো বা পিসি গেমস খেলো?
PlayStation 4.
Describe বাংলাদেশ একটা ওয়ার্ডে.
Beautiful.
সালমান আর আমার মধ্যে ওয়ার্স্ট হোস্ট কে?
Salman is definitely the worst host, yeah, for sure.
সালমান আমার আচ্ছা, ইভিনিং ভিউ পডকাস্টের একটা জোস জিনিস বলো.
Shit.
Salman doesn't watch it.
Anything but Salman, I'd say Itnan, yeah, for sure.
Acha, that's the end of the wide round. Keep it Dudbat round. 1 minute 30 seconds you get to answer. I actually don't know how many questions.
Alexa.
Adnan, could you check how to answer করেছে? You probably acha, but
Someone's one got me.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, with that, someone was just joking, nothing to take personally, just like friendly banter.
Salman, take it personally, Salman. Take it personally.
Apparently.
You guys should definitely follow Ridan in his Instagram. His social life is very interesting and amazing. Yes, alhamdulillah, halal.
Are you serious?
With that, guys, I'll sign off. I have mocks tomorrow, so yeah, stay safe. And
See ya, bro. Good luck.
God bless Bangladesh. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.
All right, then you may continue with your questions.
So what you were saying was, what were we talking about? I don't know. Just time just hot করে আসাতে না.
I'll continue. I'll bring up the energy. Samir, I have a really serious question for you. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, shoot. Anything, bro. Anything.
Do you aim to have do you aim to have bigger biceps than your dad?
Should I? I don't know. Yeah. Honestly, I just don't want to be as big as I used to be when I was 14. Funny story. I used to weigh 88 kilos when I was 14. I was like a 5'5" chungus. So yeah, that's my story. Do I want to get biceps? I want to get biceps. I just want to stay relatively fit and be slim. I'm not too worried about, I don't want to look like a Muppet, man. If I get biceps now, I'm sure.
How much do you weigh now?
I weigh 77 kilos, but I think biggest difference is that, I've gotten taller and I'm much fitter. I can be 72 kilos, but you'll see that I'm very weak. I would rather be 77 kilos and be strong than be 72 kilos and, like weak like a stick. So yeah.
How tall are you?
5 feet 6 or 7.
I think that's
I'm not gonna grow. Yeah,
I think that's a lot, like compared to how tall you are. Because
definitely.
Just as how you were saying, how you lost weight and how you were 88 while you were at the age of 14. I used to be around 100. Like even during this lockdown, I used to be around 100. And I had a massive cut down and I lost around 26 kgs and I'm 74 now. And I'm 6'1" in height.
Jesus
Damn,
Christ.
that's like my dream height.
How tall are you, Salman?
Probably 5'10" or 11.
That's good.
Really?
That's
Damn.
that's good to
No,
go.
I think the biggest
get
thing
girls.
about physique and fitness, I think the biggest thing about physique and fitness is whether you're happy or not. You can pull them. I think I dropped from 80 80 something to 72 kilos. When I was 72 kilos, I felt weak. Yeah, I was very slim, but I felt weak. I wasn't happy with my strength. Now I'm happy with that. So am I happy with my fitness? I'd want to lose a bit more weight, but I want to keep that level of strength. It's quite important to me, as long as I don't look like more morbidly obese. I don't have to look like your neighborhood fuckboy. I don't have to be super slim. I don't have to be a boy toy. I'm happy with, just being slim and being fit. Huh.
Are you working out?
I do. I have started working out again. I stopped recently, but I just started this week. And before I used to go to the gym. I went to the gym for the last 3 years. I quit my gym membership because, again, I have too many things on my plate. But I'm basically doing home gym. I've got a bike, I've got dumbbells, and I've got a gym mat. And you can do a lot of things on a gym mat, which would help with weight loss.
I think that's really good to go. You don't need anything
Damn,
else.
you seem to be quite experienced with fitness. Like, you should teach me sometimes, Sameer. I would like to, get a coach like you. But one thing I'd say that I love your music taste. Like, it's good. Like, there are sometimes I see like the music that you listen to, you put on your stories, and I search them up, and they're actually really good. And yeah, major
Really,
respect for
really
that.
sad music.
Nah,
Really,
but
really
thing
sad
is,
music.
it's not about being sad. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know. I just resonate to them. They're pretty good.
Really, I play
Yeah.
my music when I'm in the car with my friends. They're like, "Oh, this shit is depressing. Turn that off. Turn that off." Like, hey man.
Mostly I'm in the middle of everything. I forgot about Kid Lorai, but then you put stories of his songs, and I was like, I started
Yes,
listening to him again, and man, he's good. He's good.
man, hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but I would want to ask a question, which is, you recently put out a post of addressing a few people where caption you wrote you had a picture of yourself from the past where you were a bit chubby, and you said that people treated me differently when I was this, and then you showed your transformation. So what was the story behind that? Like, where did that come from? Like, that thought.
Life changes and life comes at you fast. It might sound very philosophical, but say for example, 3 years ago, as someone who was 88 kilos, it's like 5 years ago, someone entering a new country, being very fat, being a bit awkward, being a bit arrogant inside, and having to deal with bullying for your height, for your weight, for your religion, for your skin, for your accent, for your disability. Because I used to have a very strong speech disorder. It's not as much now. It was crazy. People treated me like shit. That was me 5 years ago. Fast forward 3-4 years after, everything was really good. Like, once you start losing weight, once you start becoming more confident, and that's not on them. It's up to you to kind of own up to those things and actually fight against it. People treat me much better. Amazing treatment. But I could still be on the fences in terms of still having to face some problems from certain people. But then content creation happens and you blow up on the internet. The internet, no matter what you say, is a global language. Everybody understands it. Everybody speaks it. And by what I mean speaking language, everybody cares about who has the most followers. We're all insecure about those things. Say, for example, if I were to have, now I have about 10,000 something followers across 3 platforms. If I were to have 1,000, you really think people would look at me in this light? People would be making fun of me. People wouldn't respect. They would respect what I do, but they wouldn't see me. They would see me more of as a meme or a joke. Just because I have this many followers, people, like, whoa, this guy's a big deal. If I had 1,000 followers, I wouldn't be on this podcast right now. And it's not shade against this. It's just the fact that, the world is difficult. It's all on you to kind of fight against so many of these issues and work hard to prove yourself that, that I'm better than this, I'm better than this, and you keep pushing and you keep pushing and you fight for who.
Coming from this, one question that I personally would like to ask is, um, there's a thing that I heard in John Kabir's podcast, which was basically he said that when people, when they do things, or especially content creators, um, when you genuinely create something, you have your love for it. But when you become analytical and you see the stats, for example, there are a few music in Bangladesh, very underrated, very amazing. But then this is something that Ayman Sadiq said, that he went on a trip and he heard the song, and then when he came back and he searched that song up, it didn't have much views and it didn't have much attention online. His perspective about that song, his way of identifying that song changed. So
Yes.
coming to all of this, I would ask you, Jed, every single day you have to focus on people's opinion. Every single day, even on your team, right? You might show us an idea, many team members might disapprove, but do you think that you consider yourself as being strong and you believe yourself, and do you think you have a strong mentality to carry out the task and your own opinion out to the world, or would you rather carry a wor- would you rather carry a message that the world wants to hear?
I think the biggest thing about content creation, like you said, numbers, excuse my language, fuck with your mental health and with your thinking. For me, it does, and it rightfully so, in the sense that I'm spreading awareness, which is I have to get the content out. My job is to get more views, to get it out to more people. Half my job is getting the good content, because you're not pointing a gun to someone's head saying, share my video or else die. You put out good content. You don't have to point any gun. You tell them that I put this video out. If you enjoy it, share it. This is not my food vlog. This is not my mukbang. This is not even a podcast. I'm raising awareness against so-and-so issue. If you share it, you're helping us fight the cause. It brings out that Call of Duty kind of thing. Even we're not doing it. Some of these videos are not fun to make. Like, for example, a rape culture. It's very depressing. It's very difficult. So we're only doing it to fight against the issue. And the fact that, people appreciate that. And for us, getting views shows that we're actually making a difference. Now, if I get 1,000 views, it means that my friends and family are mainly watching it. If I get 115,000 views, I can assure you that I've made a difference in so-and-so sectors. So yeah, views definitely, if not for others, have to be on top of my mind when I'm planning. But do I make my content for views? No. Can you actually use views to benefit your thinking? Yes. Views say what people like or what people might be interested in. So you kind of manipulate the structure of your content or the style of your content to feed in more views. You'll see YouTubers doing that in terms of clickbait, what they have in their first 15 seconds, things like that. So it is something, it's because content creators don't have many KPIs, key performance indicators. Views is probably the biggest thing. So I would definitely look at that. And it's just unfortunate that people who don't get on the right side of views are misjudged by society into thinking that they're memes or they're not popular, or they're not good enough, which is not true.
Well, Ridan, what do you think? Like, what video of Sameer's
Samir,
do you like the best?
No, I'll get back to you later. I'll just ask one question to Samir. Seeing your energy and how you are saying everything, like that was it sounds really easy. The way you're saying it. I'm not saying it's easy, but the way you're saying it sounds. But we can see in Bangladesh, there are some big YouTubers, content creators.
Yeah.
They stopped making videos.
Yes.
They have a huge fan base, but they just stopped making videos. We can point out Salman the Brownfish, the Bhai Brothers Limited, the Crazy Bangladeshi, Sheikh Akbar. They stopped making contents. Like, they're not doing it. It's not like they're not getting views. It's not like they're not getting any fame or anything, but they're not making any content for now.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about it? Is it like তোমরা কি বেশি মানে fame power, or do you guys don't like to work or something like that? What's your opinion on this?
What I said like a few minutes ago, it fucks with your mental health. I think people don't realize, Jay, going in front of camera is very difficult. Look, I don't get a lot of hate. Yeah, I made an entire video on it from the few comments which I did get, but that was perfectly understandable to a certain extent. But some people get a lot of hate. If I made a food vlog, people would be making fun of me a lot more. They're not going to say you're amazing. Okay, they're saying they would say that you're funny, but they wouldn't say you're amazing for contributing to the fight against this cause. I get a lot of that. If I were making mukbangs, you really think people would DM me every day saying that you're amazing? They would comment on my post saying that you're amazing, that models would be sharing that. Doesn't work like that. So it 100% depends on the niche. In terms of why these content creators stopped, I would question two things. One is creating content needs a lot of creativity and adrenaline, especially the person who's in front of camera, who's leading the thing. So that's completely on them. Maybe they don't have the passion, or maybe they lost it. Second of all would be, things like mental health, things like the hate, things, those things getting to you, or just getting bored of the thing. Despite all of that, unless you get a tremendous amount of hate, I would still, hold the individual responsible for stopping. Like, this is on you. Like, for example, Asif bin Azad, I've spoken to him a few times. It's his job. He doesn't make any money besides that. It's his responsibility to get back up and start putting out videos again, because people are waiting. And if there isn't as many people waiting, you build it up again, because if you've done it once, you can do it again. Yeah, that's just how I look at it. I think it's all about the drive and adrenaline these guys have. Yeah.
Tell me something about, like, are you going to do the same thing? Because since people are not really, people in Bangladesh, সবাই কিন্তু বেশি একটা এগুলো নিয়ে রিঅ্যাক্ট অতটা করে না.
Yeah.
For instance, for example, we can like see the rape culture. All right. এটা নিয়ে ফার্স্টে যখন ফার্স্টে it is really heated, but then after a few days it's just gone. Yeah, it's more like a trend. People follow every now and then, যেটা কিছুদিন পর আসে and মানুষজন just follow করে.
Yeah.
So
will I ever stop, or will I ever be pushed up when I'm stopping? For that, I think 100% I would have stopped at so many points of doing this if I didn't have a team. It's not fun to do this stuff by yourself, and someone can probably testify to that. You can probably testify to that. It's very fun to work in a team. Now, for example, if I get a hate comment, if I get anything, I just send it to the group chat, and they put as much effort into this. They're gonna back me up. If someone sends me a hate comment, I don't even have to reply to it. One of them will go and do it. If the video gets a lot of views, I'm not gonna go to bed smiling myself to sleep. It's just not it. You celebrate with the team who put in a lot of effort with you. That's fun. You get better content out by collaborating with your team who put out amazing things, and then you guys create together. That togetherness. Some people don't have that. For example, why did Salman the Brownfish stop? He doesn't have a team. I have a team of 13 amazing teenagers, and we work online, and I cherry pick them to be driven. If I'm not on my ball, I'm really hoping at least one of them will make sure that I am. So, and my job is vice versa, to keep them pushing, to keep telling them, that we can become the best in our own niche, and continue driving at creating more awareness.
All right. Thank you for your opinion. Salman, you can continue with what you were saying.
What happened to this guy? Oh no.
I was basically asking you, what was your favorite Sameerscane video?
So talking about my favorite, look, I didn't know Sameer like even a week ago. I got to know him recently, and I didn't really see any of his videos. I'm really sorry. You are getting famous. You are on the path of getting famous. Okay, all right. That's the thing. People are knowing.
What is your favorite video?
And today I know you.
I think you probably know the answer. Let's hear it from the man himself.
Should I guess?
Yeah. Make a wild guess.
Colorism?
Come on. Nah. It's
Social
the
Dilemma?
first Sameerscane video.
Oh, damn. Surprise, surprise. I
Yeah,
didn't expect that.
I simp over that video. It is a video that makes me patriotic from the heart. At least the
Damn.
first few minutes at when the music is going on, and then it boils down to facts. But that is
Yeah.
definitely one of my favorite videos. And the second most favorite video would be the video with your dad, because
Nice. Nice.
one of the things that I would say that I like about Team Skane is that we're slowly drifting to lighter content that is like more consumable, because I would
Yeah.
not disrespect the content that is heavy, the content that needs to be made that we make, but sometimes you dive into something, you go into Team Sameerscane, and all you see is conflicts, and it just lightens the heart
Exactly.
to see
Yeah.
these lighter content. So a big shout out to Team Skane, all of the other members. I probably am not the one to credit for the recent video that Samir did with his dad. It was an amazing video. Shout out to his dad too. It was an amazing video, and it really made me happy. Yeah, from the little jokes that his dad did, from the chemistry they had together, and everything in a fantastic video. Made me really happy. Keep it up.
Exactly. I think it's like, is the fact that I think people first they thought that, I'm someone who can just jump in front of camera. I think to really make it big or to really push for a bigger audience is to be flexible. I'm not just, people call me a social activist. I'm not just that. I put content creator at first. And as a content creator's job is to expand my audience, to experiment with different styles. I'd say style which works really well, is the second video, education system. It's a very good style. We talk about the issue, then we go pros and cons. I think any video like that would bang, but is that boring? Yes, that's boring. I want to experiment with my styles and experiment with the intensity of content. Again, it's not fun to make a video on rape culture. It's depressing, it's sad, it's something that needs to be done. That's why I do it. Is it fun to make the generation gap? And is it fun for people to watch those? Yes. To tell people that I'm more than just, just the serious parts, then yes. It makes you a much more relatable persona, a much more likable persona. And I'm 100% willing to push in those fronts as well to ultimately, push the brand.
I feel like that's good, because this the new lighter type of content that we did, it basically opens us up to a whole new audience, okay? So that's
Yeah.
something that's great. Samir, I would want to ask you a very tricky question.
I'm scared. This time I'm
Well,
scared.
so hear me out. You know how you said that you would take your time to reply to every single comment that people or comment or
Always.
personal message that they would give you? Did
Always.
for all the Team Skane members, for all the Samir Skane fans out there, or people who appreciate Samir, this is the test. Which one guy or girl that stand out that you remember who has been constantly supporting, not a Team Skate member, one guy or girl who's always been commenting, always responsive about every single Sameerscane activity? Who is that guy, or a guy or a girl? Do you remember anyone?
Besides my boys,
Yeah, besides your boys and the team.
there's been a lot of people. I'm thankful to say that there's a bunch of people who share every single post. So I'm really grateful for that. But as far as I can remember, people who've been supporting me since the second video, one I'd say is Ayla Amin and Ryan Chaudhary. From like people, they've always had my back since day one, and I really appreciate that. You never forget your day ones, because it's cool to share my videos now. Was it cool to share my videos when I was someone with 700 followers, or someone who didn't get this many views, someone who wasn't as good in front of camera? So I will always appreciate the day ones, and from the top of my head, those are the two names that come to my mind. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
right.
Ryan Bhaiya and Abu, if you're watching, Samir remembers you, and yeah.
Samir, I have one question. All your content, all your videos are basically been based on Bangladesh, as far as I know, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, it's inside Bangladesh. So, do your friends or your girlfriend there supports you?
I don't have a girlfriend. I am as single as ever. Do my friends support me? My friends support me so much. There are videos which I make 100% in Bangladesh. Share every single video. Well, at the start, I used to get. I mean, I got 15,000 views on my first video, but still, I didn't get as many views as I do now. Very important is jumping in front of a camera is very difficult, and it is absolutely impossible if your friends don't give their 100% support to you, and they've always boosted me that you can do this, you can do this, and they still do it. And trust me, I still need that support. That when I see strangers sharing, I'm like, okay, cool. When I see friends sharing, I'm like, okay, this is really nice. It gives me that kind of support to keep pushing and to do better and better and better, and know that my friends support what I do as well, and something which means the world to me. So yeah.
Something really good. You have supportive friends, like even in a white country, because being a Desi, I think you stand out a little bit from your crowd. And I think you face that in every country.
In school, no. School was the most multicultural school in the state. We had like 54% of the people born outside Australia. And think about the people born inside Australia. Many of them were we were the second best school in the state. So were they new to the Desi crowd? No, I didn't stand out. No, because they were all there. But did I stand out in terms of content creation? Yes. Like you just don't have as many content creators, or you don't have content creators who make relatable content and watchable content. Like people have their own niches, like gaming. Okay, if you're gonna do gaming, not everyone's gonna go and actually watch it. But whereas my one, we've always had subtitles and stuff, and I was able to attract a decent amount of attention in Australia as well, which is why I was lucky to pick up an award for it as well after my 4th or 5th video.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Dinner Convo, and we hope you stay tuned for more episodes. And I personally want to thank Sameerscane for showing up, and I want to end this whole episode by asking one last question to Sameer. How was your experience with the Dinner Convo?
I thought this was really entertaining. It was really funny. It's very wholesome, and sometimes you're used to doing interview after interview, and it just gets very repetitive and stagnant. Well, this was actually very fun and wholesome, and I would definitely want to do this again if I ever get the chance. And really sick. It was really fun, and I can't wait for this episode to be out. And if you're listening to this, thank you so much. And yeah,
and I want to thank Fahim, and I want to thank Ridan for taking me in for this episode. It was really entertaining, Sameer popping in and seeing his team member host an episode. So yeah, stay tuned. And yeah, I'm grateful to be in this episode. And if you liked it, do drop a like, comment, and if it's Instagram, save and share. And check out Sameerscane, the Evening Brew podcast, and the Dinner Convo in all social media available. Thank you for watching.
Dinner Convo.